Hello. So, is recording now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So I will start the presentation. Uh, I will present to you only for you about the how to design and triggering and a definition about what is a transition. So to start, a transition
I think it would
is
be a good idea to share the screen
oh yes, I will.
so we can see the presentation.
It's true. So transition basically is when you have a style for a HTML element and it change and will come back for his original state. It's a transition. It's a gradual changing the style in CSS. And this triggered by some events. Okay, I did an example in HTML. We have many boxes here. We have a box 1, box 2, 3, and so on.
Oh, that's a flex box.
No, it's only divs. I
The
don't use
third
the
one is
flex.
not the flex box.
Why?
The third one, when you click it and when it stretches, isn't
No,
that you use flex box?
no.
Yes.
It's
Oh, okay.
it's only a div. I will show the CSS. I here I use the width property and the border, but I show. So how we can design it? First, we need the elements in HTML, and after it, we have the style set. Okay. The first thing that we must do to do a transition is to set the name property and the time in seconds for this change happen. And after, we must do other CSS to trigger it. We have here the hover for the box 1. It will change only the background to green. So we put the mouse over and it changed the background color in 3 seconds to green. It gradually changed it. And I did basically the same thing for all other elements. But I did a example. The more common tigers is the active. This is the same for mouse down. And I did it for the focus. Here I didn't use a div. I use a input text. Here is an example to use it with the input text. I select the input and the type text. I I take out the outline for it to change the appearance for the borders. And transition, we'll change the width in 2 seconds, and we'll change the background color in half second. And we'll change the border in 2 seconds. And when focus, I change the width, the background, and the border. And it's happening when you click over. So in the transition, we have other properties too. That is the speed curve of the transition. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options of transitions speed curve. I will show it in the box 3, box 4, and so on. Here, uh, we can see you can see my code, the transition widget thing. You can see my code here.
Yeah.
Okay. So in transition,
Yeah,
we have the prop.
I can
You can
see you are doing the linear transition. I can see that. Yeah.
yes. I did it in a linear form. I did it with the shorthand for transition, but we have the same way to do, but a long way. We can type transition, property, and set width. I can set transition, duration, 1 second, and I can set transition time function. That is the speed curve of transition. It's set linear. We'll do the same thing than this shorthand. Very easy. So we have these 5 options. The easy, it means that the the curve of transition will be slow at the beginning, in the middle will be fast, and at the end of the animation will be a slow speed of animation. Linear is the same speed of animation. Easy in is slow in the beginning and fast at the end. Easy and out is fast at the beginning and slow and at the end. Easy in out is slow at the beginning and the end. The more cool is the cubic Bezier. It means that we can create our own variation of speed. Uh, it's a very complicated to do manually, but we can use this site, cubebezier.com. Was here that I set my speed animation. I can set the end and the start and only copy this code for for the animation. Was what I did to set a speed different at the beginning at the end. Other property that we have is the delay, the box 9. In delay, uh, is the property hover that will trigger uh, this transition, but it's have a delay of 1 second to happen. The property delay. And delay, as you can see here, we have the property that was changed, was transformed, the time second. It could be busier. That is the way of the curve of the curve speed of transition, and the 1 second of delay. Delay is the last property. We must set these 4 properties to have a full properties in transition shorthand. But we can do it manually, as I explained. The transition property, duration, time function, that is where we have this speed curve, and we have a delay to start, and these other properties for transition. That is for transitions. Transform is a very good thing. The transforms. I copy and paste a little example of 3D transform. Sorry, I will define what is transform. Transform is the way of we have to scale to the form the element in HTML. We have it to enlarge, to move the element at the screen. Basically, we can do these 4 things with the transform. So here I did an example with I will show the HTML. We have divs for each size of the dice. Sorry, my cell phone. We have the 6 div for the dice. And
here are some results from the web.
And each div are positioned in 3D form in the HTML document. I will show it. The property transform I used was the perspective 3D, because all the HTML must be in 3D, the dice, and it was the rotation. For rotate it in x-axis, in the y-axis. Okay, and When we hover it, only thing that will happen is to rotate all the square. Oh, sorry, it's not. It's for the other example. Here. We have the cube. When you push the mouse, it's hover using the transform property and the rotate X to change this rotation.
Mhm.
So I did another example, more simple. I did it only to exemplify 3D form, choose the transform. Here we have 4 squares, and each square we have the transform, and I use rotate. That is the first option that we have for transform, the rotate. If we use more than 360 degree, it will rotate more than one time. And we trigger it with the hover. That's a very common way to trigger it.
Mhm.
The other square, I use the transform scale. That is other way to use the transform. It will scale the position X. It's mean the width of the square 2 times, and the will times 1.2 for this high position. Oh, not the 3. Oh, the focus. Sorry, this is the 3 square. As I said, it will scale 2 times X and 1.2 the Y position.
Mhm.
The square 4 will scale, no, it will scale when hover. Oh, I I forgot the square 2. That will translate it. Translate 5 pixels X and 15 pixels Y. When I click down, that is active. Active, hover, focus, and the hover again.
Mhm.
The last one is the animation CSS. Animation CSS is when we have a, sorry, the animation CSS is when we have a gradual change from one style for other style. It means that we can use more than one style in a specific element in the HTML. Oh, it's have a problem. It's okay.
Oh, here we go.
So, the animation, we have the first thing that we must set is the animation name. So the square one have the animation name is square one. The animation duration, how much time the animation will endure. The animation time function that's equal to the transition. We have the easy in, easy out, easy in, out, the cubic bezier. We have the animation delay, the how much time it will expand to start. But it's a little different from transition, the animation delay. Because, for example, we have an animation of 3 seconds. If I use the delay of 0.5, it means that the animation will dure only 2.5 seconds. We'll start in the first half second, the animation, and it will endure only this 2.5 time. The animation interaction count, it means how much times the animation will continue. I set infinity, but I can set 1, will endure 1 time, 2 times, for example, 1, 2. Okay. Was 2 times because the animation direction, because we can set alternate, that means that we'll go and back at the same direction, or only go forwards. That animation will go only one direction, you stop and start again from the start and the end, or backwards. That means the animation will start from the end to the start. But I start from delay dot to 5. Or alternate, that will go and come back. Only options for direction. Here, normal means forward, or reverse means backwards. Is the same attribute. So we have, after we set the name for the animation, we must configure this animation. It's configured by the keyword, um, I don't know how to pronounce it in English, arroba. I don't know. Arroba keyframes, and set the same name as the animation name. And here we will start from where the animation will start. From is equal to the 0% of the animation. And it will change gradually to, and we set the to keyword to set the 100% of the animation. So it will go from this start to this end position. We can set also a percentage of the animation. In the square tree will be better. We have the 0% that will translate X only negative 50 pixels, and 25% it will translate Y 0, 0 pixels, but we will change the color for green yellow gradually, and the gradually and 75% will change the direction X and go to 100%. That is the end state. So other two options I set that we have also in the animation, but it's not necessary, but we can use too, is the animation play state. The play state is defined if the animation is playing or is paused. We can have two properties, the running or the paused. And the film mode. The film mode will set the end state for the animation. Forwards is the animation will have the end state of the forwards animation, the direct animation. The backwards mode will set the first most state of the animation is the backward situation. For example, here backwards, when the square and for his start state, and forwards is his end state. Is the before and the end of the animation will stop in this position. Otherwise, the animation will stop in his first position, the forward, the default value. Okay, I think that is all. Here we can play multiple animations at the same time. We only must do is the set the name of the animation and place a comma, and or the animation name and place a comma, or if you want to put more, we place more commas and the other names. And the same thing for each attribute. If we have only two attributes for three animations, it means that the square one will play 2 seconds, square two, 3 seconds, and square three will play again the first stage, the 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And set time function for each one. or etc. for each other. This is the animation with CSS. Do you have some question from the presentation? Except my English accent.
Let's see.
Stop.
I think it was quite interesting. My question would be, where do you get the resources?
Ah, I learned from. I will get my notes, but I mainly was the W3C school, and
W-
was W3C school. I will see here, and the mainly was W3C school and the Mozilla Firefox Foundation. I think so the name. But you have other sources too. For the 3D dicing, for example, was an example in 3D dicing, and I only did my own 3D dicing and hover tigered the transition that it have. But it's very interesting the 3D dice. To do a 3D with transform is very complicated. We must must surely know what you are doing because we have a other property called matrix. The matrix 3D and 2D, and it's more complicated to set the matrix is a shorthand for all the options in transform in CSS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually have no. I do not usually do that much of CSS. I'm not a CSS guy, but I have worked a little bit on the animations, and that thing you showed me at the beginning, if you remember, when the both box stretched.
Yes,
Do you remember that? That actually, there is actually a class, just a class. You don't need to set anything. It's called a flexbox, and it does it for you.
yes. In Bootstrap or
No, it's in CSS. It's just a CSS. It's called a flexbox, one of the class. You can just type it and it will show you, like on a Google when you type it. I thought it was very similar to that flexbox. I have used it a couple of times, but not really for anything like serious. It's just a toy kind of thing. But yeah, that was great. I liked it.
thanks. I will send to you the reference where I get the teachings.
Oh, do you want the reference to the video? That's what you want?
Um, no, I can put in the description of the video after.
Do you want me to send you the link?
Yes, I will send to you.
Okay, you send me that link. Did you upload it on a GitHub?
The website, yes, or in
Example
GitHub too.
code. Okay, all right, perfect. And I can send you the video link if you want to.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
No,
I think we
no,
are done, are not we? And then next week I will prepare one of those.
okay.
And hopefully the other members of the class will reply by then. Hopefully.
Yes, I tried to enter in contact with the Austin. She answered yesterday, but I sent an email yesterday, but she
Mm-hmm.
hadn't she answered today.
So he answered yesterday.
She answered
Oh,
that
she.
she don't look emails at Sunday, but I don't have the email Sunday. But here is very early for United States. Maybe it was because of it. But she don't confirm it any time to the meeting if he was participating or not.
All right. All right. Okay. Hopefully she will answer. If not, I guess we are gonna do all the things. But that's fine too. Anyway, okay. Should we do the next meeting exactly the same time next week?
Yes, we can.
All right. Sounds good. So it will be between 10 to 11 next Tuesday. All right. All right.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye.